Hi there, everyone. Josh Rugger here in studio with an update on the severe weather across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Got a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings right now across the River Valley. We've also got some thunderstorms beginning to move into northwest Arkansas as well, and we are expecting that coverage to expand as we go throughout the overnight hours tonight. But I want to welcome everybody in right now. Thankfully, right now, I will say this to start things off. Does not look like the severe weather risk, at least in terms of tornadoes, is very likely tonight. It looks like that any risk that we had with that is beginning to move out of the area. It doesn't look like we'll see any tornadoes tonight, but large hail and damaging winds continue to be the main concern with these thunderstorms that are moving through right now. So hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a great Saturday, had a nice day out there. It was a little bit toasty across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Now those thunderstorms are beginning to fire off across the area. So I'm going to go ahead and move my face out of the way here so you can see all those thunderstorms that are firing off across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley right now, and there are a lot of them. Look at all these severe thunderstorm warnings across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Let's go ahead and stop this and go ahead and show you what warnings we're looking at right now. So we've got a severe thunderstorm warning in northeast Franklin County that expires at 7:30 p.m., so it's about to expire. Quarter-sized hail is the main hazard with that. We've got another severe thunderstorm warning here. Now, here's something to note that I wanted to mention real quick. Yesterday, I talked about this. I said it was concerning. It does look like flash flooding potential is going to be possible across the River Valley today, especially around Fort Smith. Because if I put this into motion again, look at these thunderstorms training over the same areas here. And that's what we were talking about yesterday, and it does look like that's coming to fruition right now, at least just to the east of Fort Smith. So severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southwestern Franklin County, southwestern Crawford, and northern Sebastian County. That will expire at 7:30 p.m. Another severe thunderstorm warning to the west of that. This one right here expires at 8 o'clock p.m., so it was just issued a few moments ago. Quarter-sized hail, half-dollar-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with this severe thunderstorm warning that is moving into Fort Smith. And then we've got another severe thunderstorm warning in northern Haskell County. That's not in our coverage area. But northwestern Sequoia County is just to the northwest of Salisaw near the Gore area. That will expire at 8 o'clock p.m. And the majority of these thunderstorms are moving right now at about 25 miles per hour. All right, let me go ahead and move myself out of the way. We'll get it back on Mega Doppler here, and let's go ahead and get some of the questions that you may have. I'll be happy to answer that. Reports of watermelon-sized hail in Fort Smith. Can we confirm that? I would say no. That probably was not the case. In fact, we do have some hail reports here. These are confirmed hail reports. About 1 inch in diameter, so quarter-sized hail will near Fort Smith, but doesn't look like we're seeing any watermelon-sized hail with these thunderstorms. That would be gorilla hail for sure. Michael, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody wishing for snow yet, but it's going to be cold next week. It will feel like it's going to snow out there. I want storms in the Evansville area, but it doesn't look like it will. Well, Tiffany, remember this. We've still got to get into the overnight hours tonight here in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. We have yet to see our energy move through. But look here, we have an outflow boundary that's already forming with this thunderstorm. We've got a long way to go with this system, and the moisture return is all the way up into southwestern Missouri. We'll see some thunderstorms pop off later on tonight, probably right after 9 o'clock here in northwest Arkansas. Let me move that back down here so everybody can see that. Sunset was super cool out there. Definitely want to see some of those sunset pics. Make sure you send them to at KNWA News, actually KNW Weather, over the email, and definitely want to see those. My question is, will northwest Arkansas see any of this sky water? We need it bad, just minus the severe stuff. But we are going to get shower and storm activity. I'll show future track in just a minute. But not yet. We're not seeing any storms yet, but there will be. In fact, I was talking about this outflow boundary over here. Look at this. Another outflow boundary moving to the north right now. So that will fire off additional storms further north. We had huge hail north of the interstate in Ozark. I believe it. There was some pretty big-time hail going on with these thunderstorms. And, yeah, I believe it. There's the hail core going right over Ozark there. These are some pretty prolific hailers right now. But eventually they will transition into more of a damaging wind threat once we get to the nighttime hours. Tiffany, it's not going to miss Washington County, I promise. There will be shower and storm activity later tonight. Let's see here. What scary stories do you have to tell us? Timmy, the scariest story tonight is that Tennessee won. That Tennessee football won. That is more scary than these thunderstorms right now, to be honest. Lots of lightning and strong winds in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. And I believe it, severe thunderstorm warning that expired just to the south of Tahlequah, but that was a pretty good storm right there that did dissipate pretty quickly. How does it look for Fort Smith tonight with the storms? Well, right now it's getting hammered right now, Fort Smith, Jordan. Big time thunderstorms, training thunderstorms right now are the same areas. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in between 2 of them right now. So got a long way to go tonight for the Fort Smith area, and I'm becoming increasingly concerned about that flash flooding potential in Fort Smith. Let's see. Trying to get to all these questions here. How about Poto, Oklahoma? What can we expect? Well, Poto, right now we're seeing a few thunderstorms fired off just to the east of Poto. We've still got a long way to go there. There's also an outflow boundary that's moving just to the south of Poto right there. That could also fire off some additional thunderstorms. But right now, nothing's going on in Poto at this current time, but there'll be plenty more storms where this came from. This radar is going to get lit up tonight like a firework with the amount of storms that we're expecting tonight. Let's see here. Any threat for Bentonville tonight? Well, Lexi, I think the severe threat's not too terribly high for Bentonville and Northwest Arkansas. It still exists. However, we're going to see the majority of these thunderstorms develop after daytime heating. Yes, there'll be very loud thunderstorms. They'll be highly electric, but not expecting much in the way of severe weather, I don't think, tonight. Any rain in Bella Vista, Mary? Right now, no rain yet, but we are expecting some. Probably not the totals that we're going to see, however, in the River Valley today or tonight. Can you hold it off till midnight? Well, where are you at right now, Brooke? Because if you're in the River Valley, definitely going to have to deal with some thunderstorms right now. If you're Northwest Arkansas, you got about 2 more hours, I would say, before those storms really start rolling in. Is that all going around Russellville and Dover? Well, we've got some thunderstorms moving into Russellville right now. As you can see here, we got some more thunderstorms moving into Dover as well. So I would say, yes, these storms are going to be impacting Russellville and Dover very, very soon. Will Alma get some rain? Alma will. Matter of fact, Alma looks like it's about to get a little bit of this thunderstorm right here. We've still got plenty more thunderstorms that will develop. Now, we talked about the low-end tornado risk yesterday. That's not coming to fruition. Let me show you why. That severe thunderstorm warning just expired. Notice how on radar here, I'm going to set the storm motion for morning first. Notice how on the radar here, you're just not seeing a lot of rotation. You're also seeing these stronger winds right here. This is just a sign that these storms are becoming outflow dominant, which means that they're not getting a lot of low-level rotation. The majority of the winds are coming from the thunderstorm in the form of straight-line wind gusts. So you look here at Fort Smith, there was a report of a wind gust that knocked down some power lines. So that's an example of outflow dominant thunderstorms producing damaging wind gusts. But no tornadic activity at this current time, and honestly, I don't expect to see any of it either as we go throughout tonight. Let's see here. How bad will the severe weather be in Rogers tonight? Rogers, I don't think the severe weather risk is going to be that high tonight, to be honest, Daniel, in Northwest Arkansas. However, I will say we still haven't seen all that instability get tapped into yet, right? So the reason why I'm not as bullish on the severe weather right now for Northwest Arkansas is because these storms won't form until the overnight hours. So we're going to lose the bulk of that instability, the bulk of all that heat that we built up earlier today. It's not really going to be able to tap into that atmosphere. Anything in Bella Vista, north of the McDonald County line? Lisa? I think the further north you get, the less rain you're going to see. However, I do still expect some shower and storm activity in southwest Missouri tonight. Not going to be as much as what we're seeing in the River Valley right now. That's for sure. River Valley is getting like this initial shot of rain and storms right now. We'll eventually see some more storm development later tonight in northwest Arkansas. However, it will not be anything like we're seeing right now in the River Valley, I don't think. All righty. Clarksville, Clarksville getting hit with some shower and storm activity right now. But nothing major, nothing too bad, but we got more thunderstorms behind that. So we'll continue to watch that. Again, though, the main risk with these are hailstones. So this is some pretty big time hail going on right here. Let's look at the pretty big hail potentially going on right now just to the north of Ozone. Let's see what the severe thunderstorm warning is for here. I can move this here. Severe thunderstorm warning. Golf ball sized hail. Hold on a second. So we talked about maybe the risk of some significant hailstones. There it is right there, just to the north of Ozone. Golf ball sized hail potentially with this storm. That's pretty significant. So if you're just north of Ozone, southwest of Limestone, in Newton County, northeastern Johnson County, which is what it's impacted right now in our coverage area, Pope County as well, golf ball size hailstones. So there is still that risk for some pretty significant hailstones with these initial thunderstorms that develop. That's the biggest I've seen today so far. This storm over here not producing too much in the way of big time hail right now. All righty, let's get into more questions. All right, rain totals. Let's get to that right now. Let's go ahead and switch to WSI. All right, and let's go ahead and look at those rain totals that we may be looking at tonight in northwest Arkansas. So remember, this is just one model, right? And I'll show other models as well. This model shows about an inch, upwards of an inch in portions of northwest Arkansas, an additional 1 to 2 inches in the River Valley. Matter of fact, let me get this one out instead. This is going to be way easier. Let's see what all the models are pumping out right now. Okay, that's the one we just looked at, the graph. So it's showing about a half inch to an inch in northwest Arkansas, 1 to 2 inches in portions of the River Valley. European model, which remember is not a high resolution model, it's also not showing all the locations. So I'm going to try this again here. Hold on. I don't know why this map doesn't show all the locations when I first load it. So yeah, it's showing about an inch or two in most locations across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. That's some meaningful rainfall right there. GFS, not as bullish for northwest Arkansas, majority of the rain in the River Valley. And the NAM, which was really showing a lot of rain in northwest Arkansas, now trending a little bit further south, but still about a half inch to an inch of rain expected here in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Let's see what the HRRR says about those rainfall totals. Because we looked at the graph, right? HRRR was a little bit more bullish about those rain chances in northwest Arkansas. Not that much, to be honest. But of course, there's a lot of differences right now in the models. So let's take a look at all these models, right? So let's look at the NAM 3 kilometer first. So there's those thunderstorms moving through the River Valley right now. And those are going to expand the coverage. But look at this. Right after that, cluster of thunderstorms begins to develop here in northwest Arkansas. So we'll have to watch that closely. Then it's going to sag south into the River Valley as we move throughout the overnight hours. This could be a pretty prolific wind maker, especially with the line of storms like that. I think we'll see some more damaging wind gusts tonight before this is all said and done with that line of storms. But look how quickly it moves through northwest Arkansas. It gets through pretty fast, at least according to this model. It's just one model, but it moves through pretty quickly. Look at that, though. You see that blue line? That is the 32-degree line. Tuesday morning, getting into southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas. So it's going to get cold, cold, cold as we move into next week, for sure. Let's look at what the HRRR solutions got for our for those showers and thunderstorms. So there's the storms moving through right now. Right now through the river valley. Then we start seeing more. Yeah, I mean, I kind of buy this solution by the HRRR. Here's the thing: we've got these outflow boundaries that are really beginning to pop up right now from these thunderstorms in the river valley, and they're lifting to the north. So there's going to be more storms that fire off along that boundary in northwest Arkansas. So I don't buy anything that's saying that there won't be any thunderstorm activity in northwest Arkansas tonight. There's definitely going to be some. I think in southwest Missouri as well. But you see how quickly that moves through. I do think those storms are going to move through pretty quick overnight tonight. And then after that, we clear out pretty quickly behind the front. Let's go ahead and look at the RPM. This one's going to have a little bit of a wider view. More storm development in northwest Arkansas as we head throughout the overnight hours. Not that much, though. It gets out of here pretty fast. So really where the flash flooding risk is going to be is in the river valley. Graph, that's got it in and out pretty quickly as well. So not looking like it's going to be a washout in northwest Arkansas, but certainly still going to see some rain overnight tonight. It's going to be pretty loud. Could have some severe thunderstorm warnings as well. Main risk would be damaging winds. I don't think the hail risk is going to be all too high in northwest Arkansas tonight. River Valley, hail continues right now. Let's go back to Mega Doppler real quick here. Hail continues right now. Got a few severe thunderstorm warnings still in effect, expecting more as we move throughout the overnight hours tonight. But the River Valley, I think if we're going to see flash flooding concerns, it will be in the River Valley. Is Berry County in southwest Missouri looking to get any rain? I think so. I don't think it's going to be anything major. Not going to be a washout. Definitely not going to be drought busting. But there will be rain tonight in southwest Missouri, I do believe. Benton County looking good right now, but it won't be later on tonight. Look at all this lightning, by the way, with these storms, y'all. That is a ton of lightning. In fact, let's go ahead and stand by for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put myself back on the camera here. Let's go look at some cameras right now in the Fort Smith area. Let's see what's going on down there. Let's see if we can see any of that wind or maybe some microburst potential as well. But let's see if we can spot any lightning right now in the River Valley. It's pouring. It is pouring right now in the River Valley. That's for sure. Let's see if we can turn that camera around a little bit for y'all so we can see those thunderstorms and see that lightning, because these storms are highly electric. There's a lightning strike right there. These are some highly electric thunderstorms. It's going to be a loud night out there. But remember, loudness does not equate to strength. I know it's a common misconception a lot of times. When you see those storms outside, they got a lot of lightning, things are going nuts out there. You think the storm's strong or severe. That doesn't necessarily mean it is. These storms tonight are going to be highly electric, though, and they may wake you up in the middle of the night. So let's keep an eye on that Miss Laura's cam for a little while here. Let's see if we can see a lot of lightning out there. I'm going to go ahead and move myself out of the way. It's pouring right now, that's for sure. Doesn't look like a lot of bolts are reaching the ground. That'd be positive lightning strikes. But I think this storm might be weakening just a little bit as well. Let me see which way this Miss Laura's cam is pointing. So that way we can get a good look at these thunderstorms. We want to be looking to the southeast right now, because that's where the big lightning bolts are with this thunderstorm. So let me go ahead and change this camera around just a little bit so we can see that. Woo! Oh, man, you see that? That was a big time lightning strike right there. Okay, let's point this to the southeast. Yep, there we go. I knew we were going to see a little bit more cloud to ground lightning from the southeast. So let's go ahead and look at that for a second here while we're at it. And I'm also going to look at the public library cam while everybody's checking that out. These storms are going to produce a lot of lightning. That is for sure. Okay. Public library. Let's go to the southeast sky. Oh, man. I'm going to go ahead and change it to the, let's see if we can get one more big lightning strike here from the Miss Laura's cam. And then I'm going to change it to the public library cam. And then I want to look at the Mount Magazine camera. Because from Mount Magazine, we could probably see all these lightning strikes. Woo-wee! All right, yep, I'm switching to the public library. It's going nuts now. So let's go ahead and switch to that. This is pointing to the southeast from the public library. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm gonna also get the Mount Magazine cam ready as well. But these are some pretty good looking thunderstorms right now. I was able to get a look at these storms too while they were developing, and they're highly elevated, which is why we're not expecting much in the way of severe weather, which is a great sign. Don't want to see severe weather, that's for sure. Or not. Sorry. It's a good sign for tornado risk, right? We're still going to see large hail, still going to see damaging winds. The tornado risk, though, looks like it is slim to none right now. I don't want to say it's none yet, but it's very slim. It was already slim in the first place, but now it's extremely low. All right, let's see if Mount Magazine's got a good look at this as well. Not seeing a lot of lightning from our Mount Magazine camera right now. I'm going to go ahead and keep it on the public library cam here for a minute, and then we'll answer some more questions. I know y'all have probably said this multiple times already, but about when should we expect the severe thunderstorms in northwest Arkansas this evening? Time frame, Chris? Wow, that was a nice lightning strike. The time frame for northwest Arkansas, probably after 10 o'clock tonight, I would say, would probably be a good bet. Definitely after midnight, though. It'll be a late night event here in northwest Arkansas in the River Valley. Damaging winds, I think, is going to be the overwhelmingly dominant hazard. I don't think it's going to be a big hail storm in northwest Arkansas, but certainly large hail could fall. But I think the storm mode is going to favor damaging wind gust after 10 o'clock in northwest Arkansas. How do you think it will affect Western Grove? I don't get off work till almost 10 p.m. Well, you may be driving through quite a bit of rain in Western Grove, Alexis. Not anything huge, but I think you'll probably be driving through some rain by the time you get off of work at 10 p.m. Storms may be just firing off too at that time. But yeah, I think Western Grove is definitely going to see quite a bit of rain with this system. In fact, right now looks like there's a storm moving near Western Grove. Maybe it won't hit it. Woo! Look at that lightning, though. That's absolutely stunning. Alexis, I'm going to go ahead and show you Mega Doppler here real quick because you're in the Western Grove area. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning on this storm right now. Let's go ahead and look at Mega Doppler. So Western Grove's right here. This thunderstorm's moving to the northeast. Now, this is an outflow boundary right here. So it could fire off another storm. I think it's going to miss Western Grove. At least this thunderstorm will. And I'll hide your comment real quick. I think this thunderstorm will miss Western Grove. However, at 10 o'clock, maybe getting a little dicey by then. So just make sure you're driving safe out there if you're heading home from work. Let's go back to that camera because this lightning has been prolific. Whew. Look at that. Ton of lightning right now. Now remember, we're looking to the southeast right now with this camera. So the public library is in more towards central Fort Smith, and we're looking southeast from there. Almost towards Greenwood. We're actually looking towards the hail core right now of this thunderstorm. So definitely a pretty big time thunderstorm. I'm gonna switch it to Mega Doppler real quick so you can see which storm we're looking at. Here's Mega Doppler. We're looking at this thunderstorm right here. Look at all those lightning strikes. The public library camera is about right here, and we're looking southeast into that storm from here. I'm surprised there's not a severe thunderstorm warning on that. Let's go back to the camera here real quick. See if we can get another big lightning strike, and then I'll answer some more questions here. Now, we will have another newscast tonight at 9 and 10, so I'll have updates then on the severe weather potential. If we do see some more severe thunderstorms late tonight, I will fire up another Facebook Live. Thankfully, it does look like the tornado risk is very, very low. So I don't anticipate it being a major severe weather outbreak. And we weren't expecting a major severe weather outbreak with the system. But definitely the most prolific severe weather we've seen in quite a while across the area, for sure. Big time lightning. All right. Facebook user. Just hopped on. Could you get a quick recap of Northwest Arkansas tonight? I sure can. Let's go ahead and show you future track here. So, thunderstorms continuing in the River Valley as we head throughout the early evening. Excuse me. Sorry about that. As we head throughout the early evening hours, and then we see those additional thunderstorms begin to form in Northwest Arkansas right around 10 o'clock to midnight. I personally think this model is underdoing it a little bit. I think those storms will fire off a little bit earlier than midnight. And then we see them roll through Northwest Arkansas between 10 and 2 a.m. I think is when the main line comes through, into 4 a.m. as well. And then after that, they'll move out of the area. This model's underdoing it. Let's go ahead and look at a different model. Let's look at the HRRR, because that's way underdone, in my opinion. Let's look at the HRRR here. So there's the thunderstorms moving through the River Valley this evening. And then look at this. They just fire off quickly. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more realistic. So those thunderstorms start getting rolling right around 10 o'clock in Northwest Arkansas, and then sag back into the River Valley as we go throughout the early morning hours Sunday. And then that moves out by the time we get to Sunday afternoon. So Northwest Arkansas, Facebook user, let me go ahead and show you the hour by hour forecast here. So you can kind of see those rain chances tonight, because they will really crank up as we go into the overnight hours. 80% chance of rain by the time we get to 1 a.m. And then it tapers off as we head throughout the morning hours. All right, let's get back to the public library camera over Fort Smith, because that was just popping off with the lightning. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. I appreciate the blessings after that sneeze. Area Fort Smith got about 2-inch hail at 5:30. Our kid's truck has hail damage. Second time this year. Carolyn. Wow. Second time this year it's gotten hit by hail damage. Now, I will be able to get the radar archives later on tonight. So I'm going to look at that. I believe it. Honestly, I believe that there was hailstones greater than ping pong sized. So the warnings that were issued said 1.5 inches, which is about ping pong size. I think we saw a little bit bigger than that. So yeah, that's pretty big time hail, and I believe it too. Those initial thunderstorms between 4 and 5:30 were extremely strong. They had supercell characteristics to them, but thankfully did not tap into that tornado risk, which again was basically non-existent. Daniel, yes. Put those lawn chairs in the garage and then bring them back out tomorrow after you get to enjoy that cooler weather that we'll have over the next several days. I was waiting for this question because I want to talk about this, because I think we are going to see record low temperatures Tuesday night here in Northwest Arkansas. And I don't think we'll just see record low temperatures. I think we're about to smash some records. Look at the 7-day Fox. Look at the 7-day KNWA Fox 24 forecast. You ready for this? Drum roll, please, because this is going to get really cold. Look at this. Boom! 20 degrees. 20 degrees is the projected low for Tuesday night. 27 degrees for Monday night as well, which would be near record lows as well. 20 degrees Tuesday night. Cover the plants because this is going to kill vegetation. This is definitely going to be a freeze for a couple of days here in Northwest Arkansas. Get the sweaters out. Tuesday is going to be cold as well. 49 degrees for a high. That's cold. I do think we're going to see upper teens in the higher elevations in Northwest Arkansas Tuesday night. I am going to put money down on that, actually. It's going to be bitterly cold Tuesday night in Northwest Arkansas. Bitterly cold Monday night, too. Very, very winter-like for sure. Really like our first shot of winter. And then we do have a slight warming trend after that, fortunately. We get back to around seasonable averages for this time of year. But look at that. First freeze expected. Widespread frost, high temperatures in the lower 70s by the time we get to late next week. And one thing you notice on that 7-day forecast, not a lot in the way of rain once these thunderstorms move out of the area. So get the rain tonight, get as much as we can. And then after that, we get our first freeze and some widespread frost soon after that. All righty. Let's get back to these cameras that are going on out there. Because it's a lot of lightning, to say the least. Whoa! Just in time. Did you see that lightning strike? Woo! Big time lightning bolts out there. A lot of positive CGs. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look here. Let's take a look at that. We can actually take a look at what these storms are doing on radar right now in terms of the positive versus negative lightning strikes. Remember, positive strikes tend to be the stronger lightning bolts. So that means the storm may be getting stronger. Oh, yeah, look at all those positive bolts. Woo-wee. That is a lot of positive strikes. Look at all those. That is a lot of positive bolts. Is there a chance for no rain in Northwest Arkansas? I mean, it's highly unlikely we don't see. It's more likely that we see rain than we don't see rain, basically. So greater than 60% chance of rain tonight. I think it's going to rain pretty good tonight in Northwest Arkansas. Not drought-busting rain. I think it will rain tonight still. Again, remember, the models are not showing any rain coming through Northwest Arkansas. We're not expecting any rain until after midnight in NWA. So right now, not getting any rain yet. Don't let your guard down. This is going to be an overnight threat for Northwest Arkansas. Which direction are these cells moving? Generally to the east right now, Kathy, and there's a reason for that. I'll show you why that is right now here. I'm going to pull up a different radar here so we can get a better look at this. But here's the reason why those storms are moving to the east. Now look at how explosive this development was, by the way. That is just explosive. Excuse me, once again. That's just explosive thunderstorm development across the area, at least in the river valley. But here's the reason why these storms are moving to the east right now. So we have a boundary in place, draped right here across Northwest Arkansas. So here's the boundary right now. It's probably right here, to be honest. And I'm going to draw a better one. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to go to now. Stationary front. Here you go. This is a much better look at it. This is where the boundary is right now. Now you look at that and you say, okay, well, is there not going to be any storm activity tonight in Northwest Arkansas then if we're north of the boundary? Well, we have to look at water vapor now in order to see why there's going to be storm development here in Northwest Arkansas. So let's go ahead and zoom this out just a little bit. I'm going to zoom this out to a more regional view. Stand by. All right, here we go. A little bit more zoomed out. That stationary front's very, very tiny. I'm going to clear that out of there. All right, let's go ahead and get to water vapor here. All right, so there's the storms developing right there, right? And you say, okay, so boundary is set up right along southern Northwest Arkansas right now, right around the Bobby Hopper Tunnel, really. is where the stationary front's set up. You look at that and you say, okay, no thunderstorms in northwest Arkansas. Well, this is where the shortwave trough comes into play. We've got this low pressure system right here that's moving to the northeast right now, and it's going to pump in energy to northwest Arkansas later tonight and allow for that thunderstorm development. We've also got a tremendous amount of Gulf moisture surging to the north right now. We still got a lot of moisture in place across the area. So, while right now it's not raining because the majority of the storms are forming along the front, once we tap into that short wave, that's when we're going to start seeing the shower and thunderstorm activity really start to build up across northwest Arkansas. And here it is right here. You can see that illustrated right here. There's that energy starting to move in right now. Now, here's one other thing I want to show, because this is a let's look at the IR satellite. Let's see what you got here. So look at this. There's a storm. There's the explosive storm development. But look what's going on right here, just to the west of Oklahoma City. That's a sign that that cumulus field is about to pop off a ton of shower and thunderstorms here in northwest Arkansas. So you've got this short wave moving in right now from the southwest, and that's what's going to allow for that shower and storm development later on tonight here in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. We talk about this all the time when it comes to weather and projecting thunderstorms and projecting things. Look out the window, right? The models can only tell you so much. The models are a guidance. We stress that all the time. Looking out the window is always the best method. And this is looking out the window right here. This is looking at the smaller scale details that are happening right now that are going to impact the weather later. So let's go back to water vapor one more time here so you can see that. I'm going to draw it out again. I'm going to outline it. This is an even better look at it. Here's that short wave moving into northwest Arkansas from the southwest. Here's the stationary front draped over the midsection of northwest Arkansas. And then we've also got Gulf moisture streaming in from the south right now. That's allowing for those thunderstorms to pop off. And then to even illustrate it better, that's a low pressure system right there. So that's your setup for thunderstorms right now here in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. That's really what's all coming together. If it weren't for that short wave, I don't think we'd see any shower and storms in northwest Arkansas today because we're north of the boundary now. But with that short wave trough moving in, that's going to allow for shower and storm development as we move into the overnight hours tonight. All right, let's go ahead and look at Mega Doppler again real quick, because it looks like several of those severe thunderstorm warnings that we saw earlier are expiring. We still do have one severe thunderstorm warning right now that is clipping Johnson County, as well as Pope County. Currently 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. This did look a little bit more oppressive earlier. Look at this. Look at that. That was some big-time hail that happened just to the north of Ozone. Woo! But it does look like the storm is beginning to weaken as it moves to the northeast right now. So this severe thunderstorm warning will expire at, it appears, 8:15 p.m. Then we got another severe thunderstorm warning. It doesn't look like we have any more, I think, across the area. That's correct. That's the only severe thunderstorm warning we have in the area right now here in northwest Arkansas. Otherwise, it looks like we've got the all clear for now, right now. But again, here's the setup for thunderstorms tonight. We are still expecting thunderstorms across northwest Arkansas later on tonight. Some of those could be severe. We'll continue to monitor that closely. But again, right now, we'll go back to Mega Doppler. It does look like those thunderstorms are beginning to weaken just a little bit, but still got quite a bit of lightning going on right now in the River Valley. In fact, we'll end this live stream with one more look at the public library cam and all that lightning that's going on, because it has been an impressive light show from these thunderstorms. And then we'll go ahead and call it good on the live stream for now. If we have any more strong thunderstorms tonight that concern me, I will fire up another live stream. I do think, though, that the tornado risk, if anybody was wondering about that, is very, very low to none. In fact, I think it's basically none at this point. Maybe about an hour left for these storms to tap into a outflow boundary or along the cold front. But otherwise, I think we're all clear in terms of any tornado risk. I think large hail and damaging winds will be the main concern from here on out. Oh, I just realized that we weren't on the public library cam. There you go. And just on time, too. Now, did you see that with that lightning strike? Did you see how high those bases were with those thunderstorms? That's how elevated those thunderstorms are. Elevated thunderstorms, that just means that the bases of the thunderstorms are above a certain height. So I believe surface-based thunderstorms are 2,000 feet. In terms of the bases, elevated thunderstorms are above 2,000 feet. These thunderstorms are well above 2,000 feet right now. So that's a good news because that means that the tornado risk is low. So they're not surface-based thunderstorms, they're elevated thunderstorms. All righty, y'all. Well, if anybody has any more questions, feel free to ask them. I'm going to keep this up for about another minute. Otherwise, stay safe tonight. Keep those weather radios closed. Download the Northwest Arkansas Weather Authority app. Be sure to follow Dan on Twitter at WeatherDan. You can follow me on Twitter as well at RugsWX. We'll have the latest updates there as the severe thunderstorm warnings happen. We'll fire up another Facebook Live if these storms get a little out of hand in Northwest Arkansas tonight. I don't think it will be a major severe weather outbreak tonight, but something to continue to watch as we move throughout the overnight hours. All righty, folks. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. Stay safe out there, and go Hogs, by the way. Go Hogs. Woo Pick Suey. Big time win against BYU. Take it easy, everybody.